Okay, got it. Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this lovely fall day. Welcome to our annual MJ Michael Jackson Birthday Club virtual fall Halloween bash. And we do this every year because three of our guests have birthdays on Michael Jackson's birthday. And we decided to, have a regular event to celebrate the three birthdays as well as MJ. Our theme today is Heal the World. And so this Zoom has a very intense humanitarian twist. We have today with us as guest speakers Professor Kelly Armstrong, 2023 Jefferson Award winner for public service. And this was an award set up by Jacqueline Kennedy for public service. And and she won a Jefferson Award for her work with the youth, and she will most likely have an award ceremony here, participate, and then go to DC to get her award with the other winners from across the country. And I hope our second guest, Dr. Cherilyn Lee, shows up as well. Dr. Lee is a holistic healer and naturopath. She's based in LA, grew up in Compton, has been worked, in healing the pathologies and the melodies of the Black community, sometimes for free, giving away your services, going around to people's houses and helping them. And she also had the privilege before the end of his life of working holistically with our beloved Michael Jackson. We have my Ohana, my sister in Christ, Julie Machin, and her sister is born on Michael Jackson's birthday. So she is going to deliver a Healing the World opening prayer before our guest speaker, Kelly, gets started. Take it away, Julie.
Okay. Father God, just thank you so much for this time that we can all come together just to celebrate the artist that was Michael Jackson, and also his birthday today. Well, his birthday, Father. I thank you so much for this time, and what Sheila said, it really healed the world, his song that he sang, but even in this time, that's so fitting that this is the theme of this birthday party, Lord. I just want to celebrate his music and all the good that it's brought to people. And it truly did unite so many people of races, of religions, of different colors, everything, Father. There's not a person on the earth with some sort of electronic that doesn't know who Michael Jackson is, Father. And I thank you that we can just celebrate him and his music in this trying time, Father. I pray that we can just have a good time together, enjoy each other's company, share, laugh, and reminisce together, Father. And I pray that you watch over all of us, and that all of us can take the Heal the World theme and reach out in our communities to help people feel better about life. And this life, which is very hard, God, and hard to do alone, but we have a community together to just unite us with one goal, is just to be better people and shine our light on the world, Father. I thank you so much for this time, and it's in your son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie Machin. Thank you so much. And without further ado, Professor Kelly Armstrong.
Did we introduce Kitty?
Oh, I'm sorry. Denise, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Denise,
I can hear you.
Okay, Denise is a designer of Michael Jackson memorabilia, and I'm going to let her in her own words. Denise Kitty Robinson, tell us about yourself.
I'm personally from the Bay Area. I moved to Vegas in 96. I was there 96. I had the pleasure of meeting Sheila and
Oh, she popped out. But Denise has an interesting story. Denise actually met Michael Jackson at one of the big hotels. She was working at a fancy boutique, and Michael Jackson was known to, frequent the hotel. So she did one of my numbers. I'm not the only stalker in town. She waited. She waited.
A bona fide stalker.
Yes.
She waited for MJ and. Okay, tell us. I was just retelling the story of you meeting MJ. Denise?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was a very fine man. He did come in a lot. I worked at Caesar's Palace, and he bought gifts for the youth, and he would take them. I had a secret basketball Michael Jordan Caesar's Palace, so everybody knows now. And he would come through the Caesars and stop at shops and just shop as well as he did the nation and buy gifts for the children. And a lot of people didn't know about that. They were just chasing him, just to be chasing him as he was doing a humanitarian thing for the children. A lot of people didn't know that he was doing.
Okay, okay. And you witnessed his humanitarian side. Oh, yeah, she missed. And so, okay, Denise, you also not only got a hug from him, but you got a photo, correct?
Okay. All right.
Yes.
My phone just keeps cutting.
I was okay. So
Yeah.
I was telling them that you not only got a hug from Michael Jackson, you also got a photo before the age of cell phones with him.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, is there such a thing?
Right here.
So she's
Yes, I did. I had the pleasure. Yes.
yes. All right. Thank you, Denise Kitty. And in the comment section after our presentations, Denise is going to show us some of the beautiful things that she's designed inspired by Michael
Great.
Jackson. All
Great.
right. Thank you, Denise. All right. Take it away, Kelly.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready to share the screen. Do I have permission to do that?
Yes.
Okay. It's not, okay, wait a minute. Here it goes. I'll try this and see if this is it.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a moment, guys.
Okay.
To get it in present mode.
I don't know.
Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. Before I'm going to go through all of the slides. So I want you guys to either mentally think about the questions that you have or either write them down, because this way, as I go through the slides, we'll be able to get through them much quicker and have more time to really chit chat. So anyways, this is Michael Jackson. Let me put this down here. And his influence on fashion. But before we get started with that, you guys have to bear with me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that if you want to see Kelly's bio and about her Jefferson Award, there's the link in the chat.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you can see a full video on Kelly Armstrong and her award. Yeah, and then also there's a bio on Dr. Lee as well, and her interviewed by Larry King from CNN. Thanks, Kelly.
Okay. So I would like, welcome and introductions, and we've had the introduction. So Sheila, thanks for the invite as a guest speaker and for keeping the Michael Jackson celebration alive. I think it's really important that we don't lose sight of who he was and what he actually brought to the industry, because he brought a lot. And let me tell you, he changed the dynamics of the industry. Mm-hmm. So who is Kelly Armstrong? You know what, you guys, this is the most simplest way to show you, and it's actually like 3 minutes long. So I want you guys to watch this video, but let me make sure I have it where you can hear.
Okay.
Share the sound.
Okay.
One of us is going to have to change. San Francisco woman spent the last quarter century training thousands of young people in job creation skills.
Pretty incredible.
Yes.
Introduces us to this week's Bay Area Jefferson Award winner.
That's right, Kelly Armstrong. She has served in many different roles and organizations. She says her service really began after she changed how she thought about herself.
Wow.
It's like moving back to her old neighborhood.
For Kelly Armstrong, walking through the kitchen with Ricky Smith brings back memories. He was 13 and too young to join her culinary arts program, but her decision sent him down the right aisle.
Butchered the chicken, the whole chicken.
Yes. I mean, I could tell he was so serious about wanting to be a chef that I said, you know what, I'm going to let you in. And I am so glad that I did. and they're in great shape.
Kelly started Primed and Prepped in 2013 at the Bayview YMCA. It's given people like Ricky hands-on experience cooking with professional chefs and learning hospitality management.
We did most of our prep on the 2 tables right here.
Today, Ricky runs his own catering business and is a lead line cook at Restoration Hardware Restaurant. He says Kelly helped him believe in himself.
Every bad decision I made, the mistakes I made, she was there to help me rebound from that.
In fact, Primed and Prepped trained 100 underserved students while Kelly ran it the first 5 years. But before she ever started the program, Kelly had to believe in herself. A comment from pioneering black sports journalist Sam Skinner sparked a change.
He was the one who at that time told me I had low self-esteem. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant.
She did some research, stepped into the self-esteem movement led by state lawmaker John Vasconcellos, and took a second look in the mirror.
Just kind of look and smile at yourself and say, you know what, I love you.
She became an image consultant, and building self-esteem became foundational in her work with young people.
I just wanted them to have the confidence to know that whatever it is they wanted to be, that they could do it, if they put their mind to it. And then go to the other shopping centers and see if you can get something close to it. Right?
For example, Kelly taught teenage girls job preparation skills through her 20-year program called Dressed Up from the Inside Out. She'd bring them to Wilkes Bashford on Union Square to learn how to dress professionally. Dejanay Mims, now a working mom, still remembers the field trip to the legendary retailer years ago and how Kelly prepared her for job interviews.
I have the skills and I've never lost them. She wants you to put your best foot forward always.
How do you get them motivated?
Today, Kelly hosts a podcast, Straight Talking with Kelly Armstrong, a place to share resources and ideas.
I'm excited even more so tonight.
And with her last class in personal styling, she retired from teaching 22 years at City College of San Francisco. But she still hears from students whose lives she's touched.
It brings me joy. It brings me joy.
So for building young people's self-esteem and equipping them with job readiness skills, this week's Jefferson Award in the Bay Area goes to Kelly Armstrong.
Other highlights, Kelly's been volunteer manager at the American Red Cross. She served on the board of governors for the Recording Academy, which presents the Grammy Awards. She sews clothes for mothers in need, and she sewed the blouse that she wore in the story. She's so talented.
She is amazing.
Renaissance woman can do it all.
Exactly. All right, thanks,
Changing
Sharon.
lives, no question.
Wow, that was awesome. I was gonna cry.
Don't cry, please, don't cry.
I mean, you just made you've changed people's lives.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, and it is, you don't do it. I had no clue I was getting this award. Actually, the day I filmed this was the day that I had literally retired from City College.
Wow.
So it was a real blessing. But yeah, so that's that. So let's move on. I'll get to the next one. I want to get to my next slide. I'm always not good with.
San Francisco woman spent the last quarter century training thousands of young people.
Okay, there it goes. Okay, so what do we know about MJ in fashion? We know a lot. I mean, just looking at this outfit right here, right? All of us would have something to say about it. So, the simple fact that you can look at him in any outfit that he has on, there's a story behind it, or you'll know the video that it was a part of, or you'll know what concert it was about. You know, so when you look at this outfit, what comes to mind?
Oh my gosh, now I'm blanking out, but I know I can't think, I'm blanking out.
Motown 25?
Motown 25.
Okay.
Absolutely. And believe it or not, the sequins jacket was his mom's.
Oh.
That was
Catherine. I knew that one.
Yeah, that was Catherine. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go over some of his famous looks. Okay, so the white sequin glove, Michael first wore that white single glove in 1983 during his performance of Billie Jean at the Motown 25th.
Yeah, that was Billie Jean.
And the glove became an iconic part of his stage attire. And then a lot of people kind of speculate that he wore the glove because of the vitiligo of his skin, but I don't think that that was why he did it, because he only wore it on one hand.
Right.
So that, you know, don't want to look at that. So the glittery jacket, we already talked about, it was his mom's, and he cultivated that whole sequin look. So after that, he really went sequin berserk. And then the fedora hat. He often wore it in combination with military jackets and aviator sunglasses, which became one of his iconic looks. And just recently, in September, during a Paris auction of music memorabilia, it sold for $65,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
The military jacket came out of his fascination with Disney fairy tales, the fantasy of a knight in shining armor with a form-fitting uniform. He was always so magical, and, you know, he was just such an interesting character. The red leather jacket became one of the most recognizable iconic pieces of his clothing. And it was temporarily in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, in Ohio, in May 22, under high security surveillance. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And on June 27th, 2011, the jacket sold for $1.8 million. And the buyer, Milton Barrett, described the jacket as the greatest piece of rock and roll memorabilia in history. So he was willing to pay $1.8 million for that jacket.
Wow.
Okay, and the black and white suit that he always wore with the shoes, that was another iconic outfit that helped cement his status as a fashion icon, to the point now, you know, you don't even have to see a whole picture of Michael. You just see the shoes and the socks, right?
Yeah.
That lets you know.
Yeah.
You know, that, I mean, the man was amazing. He was so ahead of his time, so ahead of his time. So here's a few of my favorite things. So I too have Michael Jackson memorabilia and whatnot, but these pictures here are part of a portfolio that I have. These are pictures that literally used to hang on my wall when I was a teenager. And I've only just showed some of them. I mean, because some of the posters are so big, I couldn't even get them in the picture. This one right here, where this little arrow is, was my first Michael Jackson concert at the Cow Palace in 1970. And you'll see the ticket stub, and the ticket price on it was $5.79.
Wow, not the ticket.
Yes, that's part of the ticket, and then the newspaper clipping about the concert coming. Yeah, but the ticket, when I looked at the price of that, I was like, Lord, Beyonce. See, you know, I thought about Beyonce. I was like, girl, you can learn a few things from him, so people can see you. Right. But anyway, so yeah, so this photo was one of the professional photos that they sell you at the concert. Mm-hmm. So this was one of those. And then, like I said, these are other pictures that used to hang on my wall. And then I have a book collection of Michael Jackson and Prince, and not just Michael and Prince, but just the music industry in general, since I was definitely and totally involved in the music industry. So I have lots and lots of different books on not just Prince and Michael Jackson, but like, you know, Smokey, how Motown got started, Berry Gordy's life story. So I have all kinds of wonderful books, and I read my books more than once. People laugh at me like, how do you do that? And it's like, because I love my books. I was also fortunate to meet Berry Gordy when I was in Vegas once. And so, believe it or not, Berry Gordy is my idol more so than Michael and Prince. Prince and Michael I like as artists because of their work ethic, but Berry Gordy was the person. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be him. I wanted to be Berry Gordy. And so to have the chance to meet him was really fascinating for me. Then let's see what we have next. So let's really look at what Michael was going to wear at his This Is It concert. And it'll just kind of let you know, see just how advanced he was. And it's a short video as well, but it's really influential.
When money goes into your account directly, you can live delightfully.
This is it.
Michael Jackson's This Is It tour was set to be one of the biggest and most ambitious shows in music history, and his costumes were an integral part of that vision. Michael's costumes for the This Is It tour were nothing short of spectacular. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at the creative process behind these impressive costumes and how they were brought to life. We'll also be speaking to Michael's costume designer to learn about the inspiration behind each outfit and the attention to detail that went into creating them. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look inside Michael Jackson's impressive This Is It costumes. Michael Jackson rehearsed about 18 songs for This Is It, each with its own outfit. Some outfits were similar to the ones used on Bad, Dangerous and History tours, some however were dramatically different. Michael Bush and Zaldy. Michael Jackson had worked with the costume designer Michael Bush for 31 years and, even though he called Bush also for This Is It, Travis Payne decided to call also a New York designer called Zaldy, which accepted the task. Differences from the older costumes. For this costume, Zaldy and Bush used the most advanced technology. Michael Bush affirmed that it was the first time he put crystals on the Billie Jean costume and that during the working you must wear sunglasses because the crystals reflected lots of light. Zaldy also told that he had worked with Swarovski and that he created the wannabe Startin' Something costume with 300,000 crystals. Costumes for the show. Wannabe Startin' Something, Jam, Drill, They Don't Care About Us, Human Nature and Stranger in Moscow. This outfit was inspired by the Lightman intro sequence, which reminded Zaldy of a robot. The outfit is made of Swarovski crystals and also included a pair of shoes and sunglasses. The shoulders were a last-minute decision and were Michael's idea. Michael was only ever able to try on the pants and shoulders before he died, which brought a smile to his face. The outfit was completed following Michael's death. Inspired by Jackson's adoration of the dancers' opening outfits, Bush and Tompkins created a similar jacket for him as a backup opening outfit. It was completed after Jackson's passing. Smooth Criminal. The This Is It Smooth Criminal outfit was designed by Michael Bush and his longtime partner, Dennis Tompkins. Unlike previous tours, where Michael only wore the jacket, fedora, and anti-gravity shoes, Michael would have worn a complete recreation of the original outfit from his 1988 anthology film, Moonwalker. It was one of the few This Is It outfits that Michael wore in their entirety. In addition to destining Michael's outfit for this song, Bush and Tompkins also designed the suits worn by the backup dancers. The Way You Make Me Feel. Michael Bush handled the shirt for The Way You Make Me Feel. Like the original outfit, it was a blue shirt with a white cloth belt. As the performance of the song for This Is It would have featured the intro from the 1988 Grammy Awards, the outfit would have most likely featured a fedora as well. The shirt was made of China silk and had heat-pressed designs of crowns, a lion, and a cherub, all of which were classic pop regalia images. Michael can be seen wearing this shirt for one of the song's rehearsals in the film. As we all know, this still was one of the hottest outfits ever, besides Wannabe Startin' Something. Jackson 5 Medley. Zaldy primarily designed the J5 Medley outfit, which was a shiny, purple suit with a dip dye of bugle beads and crystals covering the shoulders and waist. The white dress shirt was velcroed up the back so it would be easier to take off. The tie was made of metal and shaped like the peace sign. After being informed of Michael's love for spats, Zaldy made the decision to add those to the outfit. The original idea for the outfit's footwear was a boot with spats built onto them. However, they were ultimately deemed too rigid and proved too difficult for Michael to get in and out of. Zaldy instead took a pair of loafers and added spats to them that were flexible and velcroed up the back. A backup pair of purple loafers were an alternative. Michael never saw the completed version of the outfit. However, he did wear an early version of the outfit that lacked the beads. I Just Can't Stop Loving You. The I Just Can't Stop Loving You jacket was made by Bush and Tompkins, as noted in Bush's book, The King of Style. The golden fabric used to make it was typically found on the interior of Mexican lowrider cars and wasn't meant as a fabric to be worn. Despite this, Dennis Tompkins was able to make it work. The jacket was made to look bulky, but feel weightless when worn, and everywhere it caught the light, it appeared to change color. Michael wore a jacket during a rehearsal for the Jackson 5 medley in the film. Dirty Diana. Zaldy had designed the outfit for Dirty Diana. The outfit was a gray shirt with green and brown, tan-colored sleeves, with a red armband. Accompanying pants were also made, being a silver design with straps. The outfit was made akin to the dangerous world tourists work in day and night, and was designed to be able to have a quick change into the next song. Black or white? Zaldy designed the main outfit for black or white, while Bush and Tompkins designed a backup shirt. Zaldy's version aimed to match the hard rock feel of the song, so he crafted a leather jacket with black and gold colored studs pattern to make it look samurai themed. It took 5 days for Zaldy's team to determine exactly how they wanted each individual stud to be placed. The studding made the jacket heavy, around 10 pounds according to Zaldy. The jacket also lacked any buttons or zippers, so Michael could take it off with ease. Zaldy also created studded loafers for the outfit. Knowing how much Michael loved the familiar feel of his usual Florsheim loafers, Zaldy and his team went to great lengths to ensure that the studded loafers wouldn't feel any different from his usual loafers. At one point, they ended up cutting one of the shoes open so they could make sure that it would fit Michael's foot perfectly. As noted in his book, The King of Style, Bush created a backup shirt for the song. It was a white shirt, much like the original outfit, with a winged skull on the left shoulder that wrapped around the left arm. The right hip featured the image of a royal emblem in gray and gold. The tail was 6 inches longer than Michael's previous tour shirts to create an extra effect of movement and fluidity. Michael can be seen wearing this shirt in the movie, during the scene where he directs Orianthe on her guitar solo at the end of Black or White. Billie Jean. Billie Jean was the first outfit that Zaldy came up with when he was hired for This Is It. The look of the outfit was very faithful to the original Motown 25 look, but with more refined sequins. Inspired by the glowing tiles from the song's short film, Zaldy worked with Philips Lumalive to create a version of the iconic outfit that would light up in different patterns. The lighting was accomplished through LED textiles made in the outfit's socks, pant stripes, the sides of the jacket, and the glove. The lighting would have been operated by someone backstage using a remote control. Michael got to try the pants on before he died and saw how the lights worked. He was so thrilled with Zaldy's work that he declared, "It's everything I've always wanted." Bush and Tompkins also created a secondary jacket for this outfit that was also intended to light up, with lights installed all around it. After watching Michael during a rehearsal prior to his death, Bush and Tompkins were concerned that he wouldn't be able to handle its weight, 8 pounds. With Michael's approval, they started to make a version of the jacket that didn't light up, but they never finished it before Michael died. Thriller. Zaldy made the main jacket for Thriller. This version of the jacket used embroidered blood on the shoulders in place of the original quilting, a detail that Michael loved. The inside of the jacket contained the image of the workat from the Thriller short film biting into a Swarovski crystal, an Easter egg which Michael never saw. Zaldy also designed a pair of red and black loafers to go with the jacket, but these shoes were purely optional. Bush and Tompkins were in the midst of creating a backup jacket for Thriller, but it was never finished before Michael died. This version of the jacket used red plastic holograms that caught the light and, as Bush hoped it would, add depth to the classic look. Heal the World. This colorful jacket was made using beading from around the world. The jacket used embroidery from China and India, Native American patchwork done in leather, featured an armband to echo Michael's love for the military, had a zipper running down the back, and gold plating that was designed to shake when Michael danced. The lower right-hand side of the jacket featured the words "Heal the World" written in Arabic text. Prior to his death, the most Michael ever saw of this outfit was the full 3D paper layout. Man in the Mirror. The Man in the Mirror jacket for This Is It would have been military themed. The jacket featured layers of Swarovski crystals in a pattern running the front, while the collar and shoulders were stacked with additional crystals. Some crystals were also hidden in the jacket's waistband. Michael compared the crystals to hidden treasure. Michael wore an early version of the jacket that was black in color and only had an outline of the zipper that would go on the front. The final version of the jacket was dark lavender and had the zipper installed. Matching pants for Man in the Mirror had also been developed, a black color with a space-like sparkle designs. I thought the costuming for This Is It tour was probably the finest costuming Michael ever had. They were kingly, they were rock star and classic. It's a shame that people were not able to see his complete vision, which would have been him in the outfits and the full stage for the show, but you can kind of piece together in your imagination what it would look like. Let me know in the comments which of these costumes you like, and also don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe for more.
Right. Wait a minute, let's get to the next one. So one of the things about Michael, as a fashion icon, he had such a unique sense of style that impacted different cultures and the fashion industry from the 80s up until he passed away. So his influence also extended to music videos and performances, which were known for elaborate costumes, choreography, and the visual effects. Just think about all of his videos. You know, he made other people up level. Remember when he did the, what is it, Super Bowl?
Yes.
After he did the Super Bowl, everybody else had to up level. And, you know, so it's because of him that we see all of this dramatic stuff happening at the Super Bowl now. And he was also known for his androgynous fashion sense and his ability to break down gender barriers with his fashion choices, which helped pave the way for gender neutral fashion. And one of the things that I really believe is that Prince saw that androgynous thing that Michael did, and he jumped on the bandwagon with that. And I don't think he ever gave Michael credit for that, but that's where he got the idea from. I really believe that. But of course, that's me. So let me see if I can get to the next slide. I never know how to get to my next slides.
I think if you minimize that, you might be able to see your next slide. If you minimize it, that might help.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna just stop the share and then go back to it. I don't know if that helps. Wait a minute, guys, be patient with me.
Oh, don't worry about it.
So as we are talking about this, as we're trying to get me back to my screen, what kind of resonated with you guys?
Detail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was blown away by the detail of everything and how he cared so much. He wanted to give everybody his best.
Yeah.
Like even the smallest minute things, like the little, that one red jacket with the hidden jewels.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away by the artist. Like he cared about everything.
Yeah.
From his voice to his dance to his, I was blown away by the details.
Why can't I get to my screen?
Yeah. And the Easter egg hidden in the jacket, that just blew me away, right?
Yeah, wasn't that gorgeous? Oh, here it goes.
Yeah. These are actually historic museum pieces.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's ironic that his writing in Arabic, and right now we're going through such horrible times with people, and that's where the wars are now, and how it's just, he wanted peace for everybody. That
right.
We're all praying about that situation. Well, I'm sure some, we're thinking about what's going on there all over the world, in all countries. But I think that was kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But
I'm not understanding, you guys, how this is a part of my slides.
Yeah, that jacket selling for $1.1 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, Denise, you were saying about the price?
Professor, if you minimize it for YouTube.
I'm trying to do that, but it's not.
Oh.
It doesn't have where you can actually minimize it. It actually just has like the full screen.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
So here we are with an audience of some kind, huh?
Yeah,
we saw that part. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you hit enter.
Yeah.
If you hit enter.
That's what I'm hitting.
Oh.
And that's why I thought if I stopped the share.
Michael Jackson's This Is a Tour was set to be one of the biggest and most ambitious shows in music history, and his costumes were an integral part of that vision.
Take your time.
Michael's costumes for the This Is It Tour were nothing short of spectacular.
Oh, I know. Hit the red and make it scroll fast. Like, touch the red and bring it fast, like you're going to go through it really fast. Maybe you didn't go all the way to the end.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. There's
And
an
then
X.
hit that X.
But it's still,
Yay!
no, it's still not letting me get to the next
That
slide.
is so strange.
No.
Wait a minute.
Huh.
Is she-
This is so, it's embarrassing, actually.
No,
Oh,
don't
it's
worry
not.
about it. Technology is not perfect.
It's never, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, I've never had this before. Normally when you hit the enter, it takes you to your next slide like it did.
This is
Normally it
it.
does. What if you hit escape?
Yeah, try escape button.
There, oh, you guys should have said that earlier.
I did.
Yay! Thank you, Julie.
Hey, it was my last choice.
Yes,
Please, a tech whiz.
indeed. So let me see. So then, okay, so let me do the present again. Sorry about this, guys.
That's okay.
Okay, so these are some of the resources that I use to get the information that I shared with you guys. So I always like to cite that, and it is a link. So if you want more, you can just go click on it. I don't know if how
Yes.
that with the next one. And so the next one is, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. And then most importantly, you know, I want you guys to subscribe to my podcast.
Oh, I will definitely. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yes.
And so, let's see, how did that go? I thought I could click on the link and it would take you there.
Or you could copy and paste, copy the link and then paste it.
Oh, I would have to do a new share, right? Can you guys see the screen?
There you are. Yes,
Yeah.
straight talking to Kelly.
Kelly K. Armstrong.
Yep. So it's YouTube at kellyk.podcast. So I really appreciate it. And then there is an interview with Sheila on here.
Okay, just subscribe, Kelly.
Oh, thank you. And it's a great, let me see where, if Sheila, I don't remember what number, because I have like 100-something videos now. I don't remember.
That's okay. Yeah, she's right. And she might end up interviewing Julie, you and Denise. So get ready.
Oh, okay.
Julie.
Yeah.
Julie does a lot.
I'm not that exciting.
You know, Julie has the ranch.
I have.
Julie actually runs a ranch in Texas, and Denise designs all of these. She recently designed something for Stephen Marley because based on the loss of his son.
That's beautiful.
Joe Mercer, and she was able to physically present him with it. Right, Denise?
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And when they had the mass shooting in Las Vegas, Denise designed some T-shirts with the prayer hands and sold the T-shirts and donated the profits to the families. Right, Denise?
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
That's beautiful. That was so horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys have
actually
any questions about, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kitty?
Oh no. Oh, just real quick. They're actually going to turn this into a memorial site. It's going to be built in the next year. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is great. Yes, that's great. Yes. But I'd like to know if MJ were alive now, Kelly is also an image consultant, and I've taken a few of her classes. So I've gotten 3 makeovers from Kelly Armstrong. So you can see my style start to evolve.
Actually, I was laughing because I was looking at your Instagram. I'm like, oh, Sheila's stepping it up. I was thinking that. I think that was funny.
Yeah, no, she was really, really a good client. She had so much fun.
I think Sheila's so worried about, yeah, that's good because Sheila, you're always worried about the person you're doing the story, but you got to look stylish too. And I was noticing you were looking good. That's funny.
Oh, and Kelly told me when I went to meet Janet Jackson, Kelly said, "Don't try to outdress the star."
Right.
She said, "You dress down," but my dumb behind, and Denise made me a beautiful Swarovski piece. So I didn't take Kelly's advice. I had on the sequin, everything, and that big glowing disc that Denise made me.
Oh, you look great. You look great.
I had but when I got in front of Janet, I forgot my own name.
Oh.
And all I could do was, I got in front of her. I'm going to say this to Janet. And then I got in front of her and I was like, and she just looked at me with the big eyes and I just froze. Somebody said she and I had a conversation. I gave her this pencil case that I bought at the Michael Jackson. I gave her this pencil case. Denise and I bought it at the Michael Jackson auction, and it was a piece of memorabilia that had been taken from her. So I gave it back to her.
Oh, that was
and Denise put some Swarovski pieces inside of the case. And I did hear her say, thank you. And I remember myself saying, I'm from San Francisco. And her eyes got big. She said, oh, San Francisco. That's all I remember.
Well, you know what? What happened to you, Sheila, is so normal. It happens. You know, when you get to see somebody that you, because like when I met Berry Gordy, it got to the point where after I ran my mouth so much, I didn't know what else to say. So I said, how is Diana Ross?
Oh, you did. Oh, how charming. That's so charming.
And he goes, she's fine. And I was just like really?
But that's awesome.
That's awesome.
And that is great. Oh, I wanted my big cousin. This is the one I always looked up to in terms of, I've never told her this before, but I literally worship this woman, my cousin Cherilyn Pollard. I would get so excited when I would get to see Cherilyn. And she bears a striking resemblance to my mother. She is my mother's brother's daughter.
Okay.
If I could remember. But anyway, Cherilyn has joined us. I don't know if her audio works, but welcome, Cherilyn, my cousin. So so Cherilyn, we're just taking questions. You'll get to watch Kelly's presentation when you play back the feed, but we'll just taking comments and questions about her presentation.
You know what? And then people are going to see me not knowing how to get out of my.
That was endearing. That was endearing.
Okay.
That's endearing. Oh, we could have Marco. We could have Marco edit it out.
No, don't even go through it. Just let it be. Let it be. You know what? Because real things happen, right?
Right.
Real stuff happens.
Yes, it's time.
Yeah, so Darlene, aren't you going to show us some of the things that you did or you made or?
Denise.
I've been calling her Kitty all this time because I see Kitty on her thing.
Denise, would you like to show off?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I told her to dress festive. Yeah. She's going to present. She's going to show off some things. Yeah, Denise, they would like to see some of your. Denise, they'd like to see some of your designs.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
like
can
to see
hear
some
you.
of the wonderful things that you made. She was wearing a glove earlier that we saw. Yes.
See them?
Okay, turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. And Michael is coming, Kelly. Michael's here. Michael Azakon.
Exxon.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. How do you pronounce your name?
Exxon.
Michael Exxon is one of the hottest entertainment lawyers in the business. He is a very powerful man. He's an entertainment lawyer and longtime member and officer of the Recording Academy. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm checking in from our ranch up here in Mendocino, and I've been involved with the Recording Academy for a long time, practicing entertainment law for 40 years now, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't have to run through a whole resume.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Welcome.
You know what? But you left out one important thing.
Yeah.
That you're Kelly's Armstrong dear friend and family member.
And I am Kelly Armstrong's dear friend and family member.
There you go.
All right. And Cherilyn, cousin Cherilyn, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Cherilyn Pollard. As you know, I am Sheila's cousin. And what else and I'm here from Mesa, Arizona.
Hello.
Cherilyn also makes the most beautiful things. She does quilts and things. So her designs are very beautiful as well. The last time I visited, I was very impressed with these beautiful embroidery and things that Cherilyn had made. And her daughter, my cousin Alicia, is here too. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia is also one of my favorite people. I took care of her as a baby, and we would get into mischief. We would run around, go to the store, do things that we weren't supposed to do, get into all kinds of mischief, get spankings, get threatened by the adults and terrorize all the adults. Alicia, and she is one of a hot realtor, commercial real estate. She does commercial real estate in Arizona. Alicia, can you introduce yourself? Unmute. Alicia Milton, unmute yourself. But okay, while Alicia adjusts her audio, yes. So we were waiting for. Oh, look at Kitty's eyelashes.
I didn't have those eyelashes on all day. You just now noticing them?
Yes, I because she had her image on for the camera. Yes.
No, so, I've seen them on her, and that's why I've been calling her Kitty.
Kitty. So Alicia, introduce yourself, cousin Alicia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for the invite. I'm Alicia Milton. I'm here in Arizona. Commercial real estate agent and child of God. Pleased to meet you
That's
all.
right. And our theme today is heal the world. And
Amen.
we are just now taking questions about Kelly Armstrong's presentation, and Denise was going to show some of her designs off, but she's already showing us her fabulous costume.
Awesome.
Denise Kitty Robertson. I met Denise at a Michael Jackson auction in 2007.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were bidding on the various pieces of memorabilia that Michael had, and we've been friends for so long. And she's made me, everything's kind of in storage now, but she's made me some of the most incredible pieces based on, Michael Jackson. If I had time, I'll send you pictures of her designs in the chat, unless you have any on hand, Denise.
I do, but I'm trying to still figure out how to turn this camera around.
Oh, turn the camera around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And another, I think our special musical guest has joined us. Can you hear me?
I don't know. Yes. Can you hear me?
Miss Azure McCall. So without further ado, the famous jazz singer, Azure McCall. Azure is a renowned jazz vocalist. She is most famous. Well, I know her. She's my auntie. She collaborated with my dad, Edward Moody, and they did jazz concerts around Honolulu. And Azure has toured the world and performed with the likes of Stevie Wonder and other artists. And she's based in the Bay Area. She's also a music teacher and teaches at one of our best music schools here. So Azure, can you turn your camera on and introduce yourself?
That's what I'm trying to find out. What did I do? Is it there? There we go.
Yes, there you are. Hi, welcome.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
So we have.
Is that Mr. Carr? Who's that?
That's Michael Axon.
Hello, everybody.
Michael Axon, the lawyer. Hi. It's Professor
Hi.
Kelly Armstrong, Jefferson
Hi.
Award winner. My cousins Cherilyn and Alicia. My good friend, Julie. Julie Mason. And Denise Kitty Robertson, designer of Michael Jackson memorabilia. My cousin Alicia's a realtor, and Cherilyn is retired. She makes beautiful creative things and quilts and things like that. So, and Michael Axon is a high power lawyer. Did I leave anybody out?
I'm glad it's being videotaped. Have a really good memory, but it's short.
Anyway, since Dr. Lee Unfortunately, we were expecting Dr. Lee, but she must have had a patient or something, so she's probably not able to join us. So I've asked Azure to deliver our musical selection for today and also the closing prayer before we take comments and reflections of Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. When did I first see Michael? I think I was at the Super Bowl in 1993. And
1993?
It was 93. Yeah, my girlfriend was a friend of a football player and he gave her some tickets. And she sold 4 and kept 2 and we went.
Wow.
That was amazing. That's when he spun up in the air and disappeared and landed all these different places. They had all these different Michael Jacksons all over. It was amazing. And then in 97, he came to Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you saw him there?
Yeah. He did. He was doing band and he came down the slide with smoke.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Wow. So you were, how privileged is that to be able to be actually at the Super Bowl where he delivered his historic performance?
That was amazing because we had the last seat at the very top of the stadium. Call them nosebleed seats. But it was the only seat where we could stand up. We were the only people that could stand up. So that was good. I know, we could dance and stand up. That was pretty awesome.
That's great. That's great. So what musical selection do you have for us today?
My God, not really any Michael Jackson, but I was thinking about his first music. Does anybody remember his song, I'll Be There?
Oh, yes. Come on now. Yeah. You know good and well we remember that song.
Well, I just know that was probably the one I really loved right away the best because it had such a beautiful story. And I'll be there. And I don't really know it. I'll reach out my hand to you. That's all I know. Whatever you need, I'll be there. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful, it's just one that always sticks with me. And when I work out, I always listen to Michael Jackson and Prince. So that's my workout music. I don't listen to jazz, but I'm a jazz vocalist, but I wish I had more time to have prepared some really good Michael Jackson memories, but the Super Bowl in Hawaii, that was pretty heavy.
That's very important.
And I was thinking about this. My grandson is now going to be 15. He has a chair that they gave everybody a chair. And inside the chair, they had CDs and baseball cards and all kind of stuff. And I keep thinking, boy, I hope he kept it. You know?
Wow. Wow. I hope he kept it too. That could be.
Because that's some memorabilia.
Wow. I'd like to see that. I love your earrings. Yes. And so we're just sharing our reflections. So whatever your spirit tells you to sing.
I'll just sing something light. Okay. Summertime and the living is easy. The fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's so rich and your mom, she's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you are gonna rise up singing. Shadele baby boo boo boo. Spread your wings, take to the sky. But until that morning, there is nothing can harm you. With your daddy and your mammy standing by. But we boo 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 be do be do be open bay. Boo 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 we boo 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 we standing by.
Right now, all right.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Azure.
Amazing, amazing.
That's amazing, right? And can you tell us where you teach music and where we could hear more
from you? I teach at the California Jazz Conservatory in Berkeley. It's on Addison, 2087 Addison. We have 2 campuses directly across the street from each other in the street that this wide.
That is.
Right now I'm teaching Tuesday nights. I'm teaching jazz improvisation. Take the stage, self-confidence, and just do it. Just got to do it. Like Black women do. We just do it.
And along with Michael Jackson and cousin Cherilyn, Azure was also one of my early role models. I saw her out there meeting celebrities and doing things. So she inspired me a lot to get out there. And when I wrote for the student school paper at the university, she read every article. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh wow, I've got a fan. I got a fan, so I got to keep going. So Azure, our theme today is heal the world. And so we're talking about how people make a difference in the community. So, and also I see most everybody on this panel has touched my life and made my life better. Yes. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Can I share about Azure? I grew up in Azure was a glamorous person. She's beautiful and famous in Hawaii. She's pretty famous as a jazz singer, but I remember we were with her one time.
Little kids.
And, oh my gosh, she was just so to see her in person sing and being so glamorous. So it was really neat. And
I'm not glamorous no more. I mean,
you are
glamorous.
You are glamorous. You're still glamorous. Yes. And what Julie says is true. And
my kids and their family and Sheila, they all kind of grew up together.
Yeah, we grew up together.
And
so
my kids, so
just seeing her, so it's just an honor.
Yeah, our parents would make us dress up and take us down to the hotel ballroom, and then we would have to pretend like we had manners and like we had some sense. Sit and watch this lady sing, and you put your napkin in your lap and you use your silverware.
Well, but the real good part about that in Hawaii, there was no place that you couldn't take your children.
Yes.
They always made a place. I don't care if it was a nightclub, a day club. They always had a place for your kids or somebody to watch them, right? They could always, you'd be out there partying, shooting craps next door, but your kids be in a safe place. You didn't have to leave your kids at home. I like that. That's how come we all knew each other, because the kids came to everything. That was really nice.
Yeah, it's common to see kids, not in nightclubs, but, jazz evening settings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But my kids, they went everywhere I went. Yeah,
they went where you went.
Yeah. But I had people taking care of them if I didn't have a sitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like they was in the 4 o'clock in the morning, but
Right. But that's how women, especially Black women, that's what we do.
Girl, we just kept doing it. We had always move, as you say about healing, if we live our life with, that's the bar going by my house. If we live our life with love and intent, it ain't that hard.
Right. Love and intent. That's great. That's great. Thank you, Azure. And that's great. Thank you, Azure. And I just got a call from Dr. Lee, and she is going to try to join us. I just resent her the link. So while we wait for a few minutes for Dr. Lee, do we have any more comments on Kelly's presentation?
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
I just wanted to know how much was the ticket back then?
That ticket was like $5.79, something like that.
Oh my gosh!
It wasn't even $10. It was $5 and something. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that was at the Cow Palace in 1970.
Oh gosh, the Cow Palace.
We remember the Cow Palace. Okay. Here is our second guest speaker, Dr. Cherilyn Lee. Dr. Lee, can you hear me? Dr. Lee, you're muted. Unmute yourself and turn on your camera. Dr. Lee?
Well, she's probably getting together. Give her a minute, Sheila.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm looking at the icons. Okay, I'm looking at the icons on the screen. Okay, I see from the icons that she can see it here. Dr. Lee?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you? There she is. Oh my God, welcome. Yeah, welcome. Okay, welcome our guest, Dr. Lee. She's a healer, a naturopath, based in the Southern California community. When you're speaking of healing the world, Dr. Lee is the epitome of healing the world. Like I mentioned before, she has worked intensely in the Black community, treating patients, sometimes for free. Sometimes, she's very generous, and she has a loving and warm spirit, always focused on holistic healing. Dr. Lee, you might have seen her on the headline news after the transition of MJ. She was fortunate enough to have worked with him near the end of his life and got to know him intimately. Welcome, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you.
And I think we're all floored by that outfit.
Oh, but thank you. Thank you.
Look at you. You always look so elegant. Yes,
but the other side of me, I love fashion design. I just love fashion. I always have since junior high school, when I was kind of, we didn't have the money. So I was forced to design things so I can not look like everybody else.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Yes, you definitely look awesome. The hair, like the young people are saying, you ate and left no crumbs.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the legacy of MJ, how you met him and how, working with him came about?
Yes, because it's, I'm not giving you anything new, which is good because, I'm not supposed to talk about patients, but everything I'm going to discuss with you has already been in print and I've already stated it before. So I met MJ, which I used to call him Mr. Jackson, with respect because he was my patient, but I met him in 2009 when I received a call from his security. The security were my patients as well. And they called and said, he's MJ is looking for someone to help him out with the children because they have a cold. And that's how it all started. So I put everything together, I got all the symptoms and everything, and put everything together, and I went to his home. And lo and behold, he was there. I didn't even think he was there. I thought, somebody was, was there with the children. And so he came downstairs. And I was so surprised to see him. I had already been warned. He doesn't like people to, really treat him as a celebrity and all the other hoopla. He didn't like that. So I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to do it. So after he came down and he met me, he just couldn't believe I was a grandmother. And he said, oh my goodness, you don't look like a grandmother. And he goes on, and we talked and we hugged. And I said, well, I just have to get it out. Let me just have a moment to get it out. And he said, what is it? I said, I have admired you for years. And I went on and on to tell him how much I loved him. And I said, now that I said everything I need to say, now let's get down to business. So he respected that. We spent a lot of time together, days and nights. Sometimes I think he would just call just to have me there because number one, he knew that I was a person who believed in God. He knew that I was a person that believed in, spreading love. I mean, you don't have to say those things when you show it and not because of celebrity. It's just, he was that type of person. One thing I really admired about him that I got a lot of slack from some entertainers after Michael passed away. Well, two in particular. When he would call and I would say, Michael, I'm so sorry. I'm with another patient, or I'm on my way to a patient, or I have so many people in the clinic. I can't come today, because he wasn't sick. He just wanted to feel good. I mean, with the vitamin C therapy, he just felt great. If he was sick, it would have been a little bit different. I would try to rearrange some things, but he would say, no, please take care of the people who are not well. And then he would always ask, is there anything that I can do? Is there anything that I can do for your patients? Just let me know. I would help them with anything. Just let me know. And I said, okay, I will. And other people, celebrities, called me and said, can you come tonight? And I was already like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. This person is in crosstown, miles away, up a hill. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And I said, I really can't. I have an office full of people. I'm not going to even finish around 10 o'clock. You know what they told me? It doesn't matter how you finish. It doesn't matter how late you come to our home. Just come when you finish. And I'm like, what about my body? You know, breaking down in the intro. And it was late at night. And they said, and then to make this comment, they made a comment and said, I bet if it was Michael calling you, you would leave and go and see him. And I said, you know, he was never that type person.
Wow.
He was never that. And plus the person wasn't sick. Like I said, if you have a chronic condition and you need my services, that's why it took me longer to get on the call today, because I'm dealing with a young lady with stage 4 cancer. And, you know, so it just took me a while. So I'm trying to encourage her, because she just said, I just want to die. You know, I'm tired of being in pain. And, you know, so I was ministering to her and let her know sometimes things are dark before the light. The dark is before the light. So just hang in there. And just have a prayer with her, giving her encouragement, because a lot of times that's what people need, you know. And the things that I share with patients are the same things I was sharing with Michael. And we just had a great, great relationship. And I'm just so thankful that, you know, the one thing I didn't understand, because when we started talking, and I do blood work, as you know, and I looked at his lab and I said, you know, there's some things you got to add to your diet and you're going to have to eat. He said, no, I don't like food. I don't. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. I mean, because everybody who know me know I love food. You know?
Right.
You
Food,
know?
yeah.
So he would call and order food and we would eat together. I said, well, Michael, you ate all your food. He said, I don't know. It's something about watching you, how you enjoy eating. And so,
wow.
Yeah, so he would eat everything he would need to. All these vegetables, he would do everything like he should, as far as food was concerned, because he thought he had one condition. And I said, no. So the one thing, you know, that I didn't talk about a lot, but was pulling out, what was really throwing him off a lot was the highly caffeinated drinks he was drinking, the Pet Bull. So I wouldn't even say that name. I didn't even, oh, it's not called Pet Bull. What is that called again?
Red Bull?
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Not
She said Red Bull.
But somewhere else, okay. Red Bull. So once I pulled him off of that and got him past the, you know, the detoxing from the caffeine, because that was a big problem too. He did really well. He said, oh, I didn't even know this is what my problem. He said, whatever you tell me I need to do, you know, I will do it to help me to heal. So if I don't need to drink it anymore, I'm going to get rid of all the cases I have of it. And I will not drink it anymore. So he was such a compliant person as well. And we know how he gave to other people. We already know that. But he was truly that person. You know, a lot of times with him not sleeping at night, I found out that he was at the hospitals. He would go to the hospitals a lot late at night and ask, who is here that need the surgery or whatever? And the family don't have the money. I want to give it to the family. You know, he did that a lot. Children's Hospital, he did that an awful lot. And he wasn't looking for recognition. He didn't need to be in the media about what he did for other people. He just gave from his heart. And that, you don't meet people like that every day. I am so honored that I had a chance to spend quality time with a legend, you know, beyond a legend. And I'm just so grateful for that.
Great. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. On that note, are there any questions for Dr. Lee? Any comments? Wow, and thank you so much for sharing that. And tell us about the work that you're doing now in your community.
Okay, so I want to bring to the table here some things that are very urgent right now because of what's happening. We know a lot of people, you know, were vaccinated COVID, and so I'm not going to go deep into that. What I want to say is, if you have been vaccinated for COVID, please, there's lab work you have to have done. And looking at your inflammation markers, your C-reactive protein, your homeocysteine, and please do your cancer markers, CEA blood tests. Because now cancer has gone up 147,000 times percentage. You know, that and heart disease. So I'm saying, you know, let's get the markers done. Let's find out what's going on with your heart, because people now, what has happened, I just spoke with a person just this morning, and the wife was vaccinated, but the husband wasn't. And when she started sweating and she came down with a cold. A lot of people do. We do come down with colds, you know. Her sweating and everything, because she was vaccinated, he actually got very, very ill, almost like if he had been vaccinated, because they said now it's something in the sweat.
Wow.
So, you know, I don't know how true that is. I'm just sharing this. So what we need to do, you will be very healthy, because I have just about all of my family on my father's side of the family were vaccinated. Unfortunately, 4 of them have passed away.
Wow.
And they all passed away from coronary artery disease and heart disease, just sitting there at the dinner table and pass out with a heart attack and die right there on the spot. So I've seen so much. I know of a lot of things that are happening. I have a very dear friend who does cardiovascular screening, echocardiograms, and she does this. I don't know who's all on this call. You don't, you know, so I'm not.
Azure McCall, jazz vocalist. Carolyn Pollard, my cousin. Alicia Milton, she's a realtor. My cousin, Julie Dennis, she owns a ranch in Austin, my dear prayer sister from Hawaii. And you know Denise.
Yes.
Denise is on the call.
Share this with
well, I think we did have Michael Axon joining us, and Kelly Armstrong, the professor that did the presentation on Michael Jackson and fashion, but she had an appointment this afternoon. So everybody, we're all a community of women, Black women.
Hear this now. Two things that I found out. One is I have a young lady who flies in and she has cancer, but and I don't use the cancer word. I just like to say abnormal cells. But this happened long before COVID. But when she went back to have her PET scan test done, keep in mind that that is sugar kind of medium there to see what's going on. And that's the truly only way you're going to know where the cancer is to do a PET scan. So I tell people we can detox before and after those tests so that you still continue to heal. Now, the technician asked her on the paperwork, she didn't ask, you check it off. Number one, are you pregnant? And we want to know all these different things, you know, as women. The one that was very troubling was, have you been vaccinated?
Oh, wow.
At your COVID vaccination. So she asked him, why do you have that on the form now? Why do I need to check that off? He said, because people who, and he said, I could tell you this, but it isn't something I want you to go around and talk about. But if you've been vaccinated and have a PET scan, you know what a PET scan is, right?
No, enlighten us.
Okay, so a PET scan is done to see whether or not you have cancer, because what they inject into the body is a glucose type of sugar, but cancer cells love the sugar, so it'll light up. It lights up the screen when you have a PET scan. And so what is happening with the PET scan, with people who have been vaccinated, the entire body will glow. The entire body will glow like you have cancer all over your body.
Wow.
Yeah. So if anybody you know has been vaccinated and they have cancer now and they have a PET scan, ask them, did they have one before? Maybe they were vaccinated. Prayerfully, no one's on this call who have a loved one or someone with it. But just be mindful that everything they're looking at, is it really cancer or is it due to the vaccination? But you're going to be treated as though you have stage 4 cancer.
Wow.
So, can I just share something? My husband just had a PET scan on Tuesday.
Yes.
And but we were vaccinated like 3 years ago.
Yes.
So I don't know. We never got anything else. So I don't know, but that's good to know, because we haven't had the paperwork back, but he just had one on Tuesday.
You're more than welcome to call me. Let me know the results of his PET scan. I'm really interested because of the fact this was told to me by a young lady, and and the radiologist is like, we can't even go tell people this, and this is frightening. But more. I feel like I'm with a community of people that I can entrust.
Oh yeah.
Does the echo lady that does the echocardiogram for me, she does the echoes for the NFL. And she said after they were all vaccinated, 99.9% of them all have cardiovascular problems now. All of our NFL. But the most frightening component of this is she works part-time in a little city here in California doing the echocardiograms. The doctors have informed her, if you have an abnormal echo on someone and they were vaccinated and the echo was normal prior to the vaccination, this almost brings tears to my eye.
Yeah.
She was told, do not put the results in the chart.
What?
Wow.
Now that bothers me because you have chest pain. A lot of people, we have problems going on. We have an echo, we get worked up. And now to see that everything is still normal and it isn't, that really bothers me. So because of that, I've started I'm trying to get enough money so I can offer the echoes for free, because she won't do them for free. This lady will not do it for free. I'm so, I'm a little different. We're doing cardiovascular parties where we'll do the echocardiogram, we'll do the carotid artery. I do my 3-minute cardiovascular screening. That one I don't usually charge for, but the whole package. Then I do another heart exam. It's a nutritional exam with another machine. It is really amazing. So you'll walk away knowing exactly what's going on with your cardiovascular health. Always, all the way to the point, what is the level of plaque you have in your body? So I want to keep that going very strongly here because of the fact that people are not going to get what they need from the doctors. And I can't go out in public and say that. So, but if people come have the test, it's very inexpensive. $299 is all it's going to cost.
Wow.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
No,
you can't beat that.
For your life. No.
Yeah, for your life. And so, because she said, I can't do echoes for free. And I said, okay, I understand. But, in lieu of that, I said, we have to do this. And I do a lot of home scanning for people who are homebound and not feeling well. So we can do that, but she'll definitely charge. I'm a little bit different. So,
okay.
I'm glad I'm not driven by money.
Yes. Dr. Lee. And Dr. Lee introduced me to the vitamin C shots for wellness. And it's like, you talked about Red Bull earlier, but that, okay, Michael has to leave. Thank you, Michael. Michael Axon, he's a prominent attorney in the Bay Area. He just logged off. But yes, the vitamin C shot, that, was it vitamin B or C? Educate me.
C.
Vitamin B?
B. Oh, no, it's vitamin C, but it was the B vitamins as well, and IV drip.
Yes, it's greater than 10 Red Bulls and natural on your body. So, well, yes, I could.
Aging, I do them. I mean, I'm 71 now.
Wow.
And I do them myself.
You look amazing.
Because you feel good. You feel good. 10 grandchildren and trying to keep up with some of the older ones now. But you just feel really good. And this is what you want. It's not about the age, it's about the quality of your life. It's the quality of your life. So if I can have both, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. If I could look younger and still have great quality, that's good. But the vitamin C is amazing because it keeps your immune system strong, which mine is. And because I treat some of everything and everyone, so I, have a very strong immune system.
Wow, that's amazing. Any other questions for Dr.?
Wow,
Yes,
that's amazing.
Thank you for the advice. Any questions?
Fabulous. Wow.
Thank you.
I know.
And the good thing about it, I feel great. I feel great.
That's great to hear about all the healthy things. I know that a big thing now is intermittent fasting for health. So I'm picking up a lot about that too. It's supposed to help. I don't know what you think about that. But yeah.
I actually practice intermittent fasting. I was doing intermittent fasting before it became a fad. It's not so much a fad, but because I would go to work in the morning and I would get so busy I wouldn't eat all day until like 6 o'clock, and then I would have something light. Excuse me. So it's funny because my daughter, one of my daughters is a nutritionist. She would say, "Mom, that's so unhealthy." She wasn't a nutritionist then. "That is so unhealthy. You go all day without eating." I said, "But I'm full of energy and I feel wonderful. I just drank a lot of water, you know?" And as she started doing her research, she had her master's in nutrition. She said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, what you were doing was really good. No wonder you look like you." Yeah. So the health benefits with intermittent fasting is great. Take the stress off the body, give the body some rest. It's excellent.
Thank you.
And you're very beautiful yourself. You look gorgeous.
It's Zoom filter.
No, Julie, take the compliment. Eat it up.
Denise, you look amazing too. You look amazing, Denise.
Thank you. Now, do you get more women or more men?
More women.
More women? Okay. So we need to bring awareness to men?
Oh, yeah, because, you know, I do the breast screening for men as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, because my male spokesperson had a mastectomy when he was in his 20s. He's in his 50s now. So he's my spokesperson for the men with breast cancer for the screening, because they need to be screened. Yeah.
Okay.
So vascular, more men are beginning to come because they're saying, you know what, I got to do something to stay healthy. You know, because you have men now, they do all the other things. They're going in for pedicures and
Yes,
and everything.
yes.
So
I went to get my eyebrows done. Men all lined up. I'm just like, okay. So will you be doing a I know you do a lot of the women events, you know, directed towards women. Are you going to be doing upcoming, maybe say next year, doing some men events or combined to target the men?
You know, that's a good question, because now that you're telling me this, maybe we should all get together and produce some of these ourselves.
Okay.
We can do that.
Sounds good.
Let's do that. We have on this call. Let's do some things. And I don't mind traveling. You know, I don't mind traveling to the Bay Area, to Vegas. Let's just get some things, get a movement with this, because and the more you know, the better it is going to be for you. Just like I say, these cancer markers, you must know these inflammation markers, blood tests.
Yes.
That's for men. So I send people to Life Extension, order the female panel for the women, the male panel for the men, get that whole comprehensive and get that to me, because I can take that and then I can outline everything and give you a full comprehensive report nutritionally, what to take, what supplements to take, what to eat based on your blood work. And that's what's important. Instead of, I don't, you know, my whole thing, I test, I don't guess. I'm going to test and then we're going to test and then I'm going to lay everything out to show you this is what your body needs based on your blood work.
Okay, sounds great.
And then it's repeated. It's like, even before it's repeated, you start to say, oh my gosh, I feel really good. I didn't know I was depleted in DHEA. I didn't know I was depleted in glutathione. I didn't know that I have leaky gut. I didn't know I had parasites. I didn't know I had heavy metal. You know, a lot of these things are picked up from your blood. And then we can turn that around and you wonder, why am I feeling so sluggish when the mitochondrium of the powerhouse of the cell is just being compromised and destroyed? So I have to look at the environmental, you know, what are you doing? Keep those cell phones away from you. Keep those cell phones away.
Away. Yes.
You know, don't sleep with them in the bed. A lot of people do. Try to have electrical in your bedroom as possible. And, you know, it's called sleep hygiene. So good sleep hygiene is important. If you're not sleeping, you're going to have some health problems. You have to sleep. So I say that. So my 3-minute cardiovascular screening that I just did last night, I actually had a speaking engagement on a yacht last night. That was fun.
Wow.
and I did the screening. So I did all the screening last night. Didn't get home till like 1:30 in the morning. So everybody so many people were sympathetic driven. You know, this type of test takes 3 minutes and let me know on your parasympathetic where you are. And people don't realize if you're sympathetic driven, that fight or flight, instead of being more rest and digest. It's 2 legs to the autonomic nervous system. And if you're hanging over there in that fight or flight, you know, that's where the cortisol level goes up. That's your increase in blood pressure, respiration, increase in cancer, increase in everything. It affects your brain, your bones, your joints, your muscles, everything. So those two have to be balanced. So, and I tell people, if you're under a lot of stress, watch your cancer markers, watch them, and your inflammation markers, because you can create inflammation in the body just from a lot of stress.
That's from a lot of stress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We know people that can produce stress. We can say they stress produces, but you know, we don't have to take that in. We have to learn how to say, you know what, let me shield myself in a way. Let me deal with this right now, address it, and let me pull away from it. Sometimes you need to pull away from things before you explode, or before you feel something happening in your body. Because when that starts to happening quite naturally, your immune system is weakening. So don't let situations, so sometimes it isn't what you're eating, it's what's eating you.
Right.
That's what's eating. Yeah.
I noticed we had an earthquake the other day. The building literally shook. And speaking of stress, so when everything started shaking, I trained myself to stay calm, because I know if I let it get to me, the stress would overtake me, and the body would start to break down. I'd be thinking, oh, aftershocks. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. So I'm training myself to stay calm in certain situations, and situations when, and the thing is, when Alicia witnessed this, when I actually conned Alicia, when Alicia used to be one of the managers of the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where we're from. So Alicia got me a backstage pass to see Janet Jackson in a huge concert, right? So I made Alicia and her baby daughter followed Janet Jackson all around the venue. But body-wise, now my heart felt like it was going to jump out of my chest. And in my mind, it's like, I got to get to this woman. Everything was tense and racing, and the thoughts and everything. So it felt like a mind-body thing, way out of control. And with me having anxiety, that happens a lot. So I'm working on controlling my stress level so it doesn't begin to affect me in a physical way. And even in exciting things, the same flight or fight response I know happens. And I know that can be detrimental if it gets out of hand.
Yes. Yes. And if you stay in that, you know, you should turn that down, I think, in about 15 minutes or less. You know, so go through it, do what you need to do, probably less time, and then relax. And like I said, you might have to go look at something funny, laugh, get laughter in, because laughter will help heal the body as well. So find something that's funny. I like looking at animals that doing funny things. It's funny to me. So you like to look at that's funny, but get some laughter in. And sometimes you'll find it's not as serious as you think. You know, it's like, oh God, this is, and then you'll turn it around and say, oh, you know, if I put this on a screen and I was watching this in a movie, how much of this would I laugh about?
Right.
You know, so stop so serious
analogy.
Because it is what is happening. Trust me, it is, because we've all gone through things in life. But I'm telling you, you can't take everything to heart, because if you take it to heart, and if it's something bothering your heart and you keep saying this broke my heart, you will have heart problems. Broken heart syndrome.
Got it.
It's real. I watched it.
It's real.
Male friend. I watched him pass away. When his son moved out, he was just so hurt that his son would finally move out after he raised him for 26 years to go back. Mother, he raised him from a baby. It broke his heart so bad. So his son called him like months later. It was his birthday to take him out for his birthday. Now, they were used to going out and coming back home together and doing things, coming home together. Now he's going home to his mother. And so I understand he cried almost all night. He was so hurt. The next morning, he had a massive heart attack and he died.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that broken heart syndrome, he couldn't take it. The heart was just so broken. and he had a heart attack. So if your heart is in something and somebody break it, or if you said, oh, my heart was so in this and it didn't even come out right, and yada, 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 watch your heart. I tell people, if you're going through things like that, just take more coenzyme Q10. We need it anyway for the heart because the body doesn't produce it. Take more CoQ10. 100 milligrams a day.
CoQ10.
Are you big?
Well,
and you gave me a bottle of that once.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for your healing and your wisdom. Before we wrap up, are there any further questions for Dr. Lee?
I have a question. Do you have
okay, well, I guess, yes,
do
yes.
you have a list of things that you just mentioned that we should be taking for heart health and all that other stuff?
Heart, just say CoQ10. If you're taking a blood pressure medicine, you definitely need to be taking CoQ10. Because
can you spell that? Because I've not heard of it.
And I can send it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'll write it in the text. CoQ10. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So the CoQ10, you want to make sure, but most important, you want to get your lab work. Do your lab. You can call Life Extension.
I have lab work. I can send it to you. How
Please.
much is it going to cost me?
You send it to me. I'll send back your report, and we'll go from there. I won't even charge you to process it. So it won't be very much, and set up a phone consultation, okay? Because you call. So listen, you get wonderful prizes.
Thank you.
I'll send Dr. Lee's phone number and contact information to everybody.
Yeah, and send that to me right away. You're going to be so surprised to see your report, and then we'll know exactly what you need to do, okay?
Sounds good.
I don't usually suggest people go and take things, but let me just say this. Anyone on the Zoom who if you're taking a blood pressure medicine, I just want you to Google the name of the medication and ask, what type of cancer does it cause? Because most of the blood pressure medicines cause cancer.
Wow.
So just put the name of your medication and say, what type of cancer does it cause? So, and then I tell people, don't get off your medication. Let's now work on prevention so that doesn't happen with having cancer. Let's just work on prevention, because you can't just jump up and stop taking blood pressure medicine, okay?
Right.
But there's things we can do to help turn that around, and you don't have to be on those medicines. I was in a coma in '92, and when I was finally discharged from the hospital, I was discharged with 25 medications.
Wow.
And lo and behold, I stopped them all within a 2-week period. Some of them I didn't take at all. I wasn't going to take it. And then I just did some other things. And as you see, that was 1992, and I'm still doing great. So, and my coma was due to asthma. So we get that under control as well. So any breathing problems, I treat that. COPD, asthma with glutathione nebulizer is really amazing to help the body to heal.
Okay, glutathione nebulizer. Great, thank you. And I'll share all these resources with everybody on the group chat. Okay, thank you, Dr. Lee. Any other questions?
Yes, that's great. Yeah, we'll get together. Sounds great, like a plan.
Yes, we'll all get together.
Good to see you, everyone.
And thank you, everybody.
Everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
everybody.
Much.
And Julie, before we leave, Julie, I'm going to ask Julie to do a closing prayer and blessing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lord, for this time, this amazing time to celebrate first all of our love for Michael Jackson and all the joy that he brought to our lives. And, the joy is still here because we have his music that just soothes our soul and just takes us to places in our lives where times were good or even helped us through times that were sad, Father. I thank you so much. I always look forward to this every year. And thank you for the wonderful women that spoke today, and that we can all learn something from the great speakers today, that the theme of Heal the World, and all of them shared, would it be through the beauty that Michael brought to the world, or how he was striving for perfect health, for himself, Father, and how he would help other people, Lord. And I pray that this time we can walk away feeling empowered, and that we can all stay connected, and that you just watch over all of us and protect us from the evil in this world. Just watch over everybody today, and I hope everybody has an awesome next week. It's in your Son I pray all these things. Amen.
Amen. Hey, thank you, Julie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to Rika Newell, who was supposed to be here today, but she had a physical gig. But so shout out to Rika. She's going to sing for us on the next one. But thank you so much, everybody. I love you all. And thank you for joining.
Thank you.
I'm Sheila Moody.
Be
If
safe.
everyone knows, Sheila Moody, Fancy Lady Music Channel. Follow me on YouTube. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Heal the world. Bye-bye.
I get it real quick. Want me to give it real quick?
Yeah.
You're gonna put,
Yeah, sure.
310-880-6892.
Okay, repeat that again. 310-880-6892. 880.
And that's
682. That's how the contact Dr. Lee.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. Bye.